Hey, how's it going, everybody? I'm Brock, the founder and CEO of Happy Helpers Moving Co. I wanted to make this video because I've had some customers and friends asking questions about, kind of the whole journey of how this company started and some of the things that we had to go through in order to be able to get here. And so I wanted to make this informative video just for you guys to kind of have a little bit more of a connection with the company that you're considering hiring for your moving services. So how did I start the company? I like to say I definitely started the company without a dime in my pocket. At the time I was $14K in credit card debt. I had a $36,000 loan on the box truck that I had at the time, which I was actually living in the back of in a warehouse with my dog Bentley on a sweat-soaked twin-size mattress in the middle of summer in Florida with no air conditioning. So fun times. And not to make matters even worse, I had a 528 credit score. And so the problem with that was I couldn't get anyone to give me a warehouse. I couldn't get a loan for the business even if I tried, right? And so I really had to build this company from the ground up and then be able to use funds that I made with the company to be able to, fund the growth of the company. So it was a lot of, there's not a lot of room for error at the beginning in that situation because, when you have no money other than the money that you make, as soon as you spend it all, then you don't have I don't have some reserve that I was able to dive into. So I really had to get on board with the idea that, for one, come to a realization that I know absolutely nothing about business, for one, right? And that I needed to learn very quick because if I didn't learn, there's going to be a whole lot of people one day who aren't able to feed their families anymore. And I took that very seriously. With that, there were times there when I was living in the warehouse where I couldn't really sleep at night, right? Because it was obviously hotter than Hades in the back of that truck. And so, I've always been big. My brain has kind of worked in a way where as soon as I recognize a problem, I try to identify a solution and work towards a solution. So, I'm sitting in the back of the truck in the middle of the night and it's hot, I'm sweaty, and I know that I need movers or I need to create work if I ever don't want to be sleeping in a truck in a warehouse. So I started staying up in the middle of the night and I was writing ads on Craigslist to write an ad for movers to come work with me, and also to write ads for jobs for people that may need moving services. And so that's kind of how the whole company was born. Really a whole bunch of pain, learn, apply, fail, pain, learn, apply, fail. And that's basically been the entire process I've been going through for the past 9 months. So the other thing people are always curious about because they hear that I slept in the back of the truck is what was it like after we had the warehouse? So like I said before, the warehouse I started and didn't have a bathroom, it didn't have lights, there was no air conditioner, and there was no office space either. So I just kept sleeping in the back of the truck with the dog, with an extension cord with a box fan, and I had like a Milwaukee light that was able to light up the back of the truck at night. And so eventually my older brother was able to come and help me. We framed out an office and we insulated the office and then drywalled it. And I remember going and buying a queen size mattress and a mobile air conditioning unit on Facebook Marketplace. And that first night sleeping in air conditioning again was freaking pure bliss. It was funny because 2 weeks later the air conditioner broke. My director of operations, George Baker, he's kind of told me since day one that he was rocking with me till the wheels fall off. And, so I guess a good question to answer would be, have I ever thought that the wheels were going to fall off? More times than I can count. At the beginning, there were weeks where I had a 12-hour paycheck for George when he wasn't even a director of operations yet, when he was just a mover. And he had, a wife and kids with a family to feed. And I would imagine that must have been pretty hard off of a 12-hour paycheck to not want to leave and go find a place that could actually provide you with work. There were times that we were so upside down on payroll that I remember we're sitting there, we've got these guys that are working for us now, and we have to make payroll. And we're like, dude, we have 2 hours to book an out-of-state move, get a 50% deposit up front in order for us to make payroll. And it wasn't 30 minutes out from payroll needing to be made or processed for the check to hit on the right date that a call comes in for a move going to wherever it was, Virginia, California, something like that. And we critically underbid the job. They instantly put down 50%. We made payroll and I hopped in a truck and I was heading out to go to the job to save on employee pay. There's times that, I I had to pawn my own camera gear just to be able to make payroll, and these are some of the lessons, that you kind of learn along the way. But I think, one of the biggest things in order to succeed is to persevere in spite of overwhelming obstacles and never quit. I think that I take a lot of that from my military experience, knowing that no matter what it is that you face, if you can always look at it and say, what's a solution, instead of complaining about the problem, you'll find a solution. And the next step is just having the grit to be willing to move forward with that solution, and actually put in the work necessary to change something. Why did I name the company Happy Helpers Moving Co? Ever since I was a little boy, I always remember I had this growing passion for wanting to help other people. Growing up, I remember my grandfather, Bob Bledsoe. He's one of the best men that I know. He's passed away. He actually passed away on my birthday, I think, when I was 10 or 11 years old or something along those lines. But ever since I could remember, whenever we were driving anywhere in town, if he saw someone broken down on the side of the road, he would pull over and he would help them get back on the road. And that's something that, after he passed away, my grandma gave me his folded flag, and I put that on my dash. And so I carried on that tradition of stopping and helping for people broken down on the side of the road. People a lot of times ask what my plans are for the future for the company and how we're going to get there. We've definitely spent a lot of time really trying to dive into what our plan of attack is going to be, and trying to be as effective and efficient as possible in reaching the goals that we're setting forth. So I won't get too much into that, but I want to say that I think that it's critically important, to have a solid team around you, because it truly does take a team. Is one thing I've realized in business is you can't do it alone. If you do it alone, you'll never get to the size that you want to go. You really need to have a solid team who believes in the vision, for one, and for two, makes all decisions at their individual levels of the company in alignment with a mission statement. Additionally, I think it's necessary to operate off of a set of core principles and values at all levels of the organization. And I think that it's important that a company is willing to hire and fire based off of those values without regard to someone's individual performance of their role at the company. How do we plan on impacting the military community is a big thing that people ask a lot. When I started this company, I was a homeless, disabled veteran. I had felt the effects that many other veterans feel, such as like a loss of brotherhood after getting out of the military. And initially I wanted to be an example to all my brothers and sisters in arms that it doesn't matter where you come from or what you're going through, you can fight your way out of hell and back into the light. Now though, that goal has kind of changed a little bit as I've been able to be somewhat successful in not making this company run straight into a wall, I guess. So I would say that now my goal is to impact the military community by providing a place where veterans can work alongside other veterans, providing an exceptional service to their community after their service to our country. And I think that in doing so, we're going to really be able to recreate that brotherhood that's lost for so many veterans after getting out of the military, and also be able to teach people a trade and a skill where they can use to still impact their community in a way similar to how they did for their country. Experience like that we're looking for in our movers. First off, I want to say that we have an outstanding team of movers here at Happy Helpers Moving Co. Our movers are actually titled relocation experts and relocation specialists, and for good reason. Most of the relocation experts and relocation specialists that we have on our team here have at least 10 years of experience in the professional moving industry, and with some as high as 25 years of experience. So, our mission statement being to deliver the happiest and most professional moving services in the industry, we realize that in order to do that, we need to bring a lot of very talented and experienced individuals onto our team. All right, everybody. Well, it's been awesome being able to provide you guys with a wrap up of all these questions that people have been asking over the months. And I hope that, I hope you guys are happy to be able to support what we're trying to do here for veterans and for our community. And if you are looking for moving services, we're really happy to have you. And we hope that you decide to go with Happy Helpers Moving Co. for your upcoming move. Thank you all very much and have a blessed rest of your day.